Yep, that's a problem. Got water spots? We've got the solution. Today we're going to show you guys the quickest and easiest way on how to remove etched-in water spots to restore your shine and clarity. Let's get started. Now before we get started, I do want to mention that we have already washed the vehicle. So for all you guys out there who are struggling with water spots, after you wash your vehicle and you still see those water spots, we're going to show you how to remove them. But in this case, we just wanted to make it very clear that this vehicle is already washed. That's why it looks so great. Besides these water spots, so we can tell you guys that these water spots will not just wash right off because they've actually been sitting for longer than 2 or 3 weeks or so. The last time I saw it, but today I'm going to show you guys how to easily remove it. And just to furthermore demonstrate that these water spots are not just going to come off with any kind of quick detailer or with water, I'm actually going to go ahead and show you guys with a quick detailer like Speed Wipe. Now the first thing I'm going to do is actually take off the tag on my brand new towel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some Speed Wipe. This is a synthetic quick detailer, and all I'm going to do is just spray directly onto the surface. And Speed Wipe is really just intended for removing light surface grime like dust, debris, bird droppings, water spots if they are fresh. So, you know, if you just park next to a sprinkler and you got water spots on your vehicle, this is something of a great product to use to easily remove that stuff before it starts etching into your paintwork. So I just finished cleaning this area right here. I'm not going to clean the rest of the hood just because I've already washed the car, so there's really no need to. But I just wanted to demonstrate to you guys and show you guys that this stuff is not just coming off with water or a quick detail spray. And I'll bring you guys in closer again so that way you guys can have a better look that the water spots, they're still there. They're actually all over the place. They're not going anywhere. You can rub your finger on them. They're not going to do anything. If you guys want to see more up close, I'll spray some directly right there. I'll grab my towel once again. I'll wipe the area. I'll buff off the residue of the product. And you guys can see that all the water spots are still there. So they're not going anywhere. They're not disappearing. They're not just going to vanish like magic. We're going to show you guys the chemical guy's way, the chemical guy's magic. So right now what we're going to do is actually decontaminate the surface. Now the owner of the vehicle does take really well care of the vehicle despite the water spots. So, you know, really there's no need to clay the surface because there's no contamination on there whatsoever. But I'm going to do it anyways just because I want to show you guys that, you know, sometimes you can actually get away with just cleaning away water spots. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab our OG clay bar. I'm going to take the plastic sleeves off just because I'm going to cut off a little chunk. And I'm just going to grab a small little ball of clay here. Not a whole lot just because we're only doing a small section at a time. Oof, that's sticky. And then we'll put the plastic sleeves back on it just so it doesn't stick within the packaging. Close that up, set that to the side. We have our clay bar here, and I'm just going to form it into a small little patty. Nothing big, just enough for us to work on this small little section here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab clay luber. Now clay luber is a synthetic lubricant, and what we're going to do right now is spray this directly onto the surface, and we're going to decontaminate the surface with our clay bar. And to do that, all you have to do is spray the surface with lubrication with like clay luber, grab your clay bar, spray some onto the clay bar, and then we're simply just going to glide this left and right, up and down, straight motions, no circular motions. Do not apply any kind of heavy pressure at all whatsoever. And whenever you clay bar, you always want to stick to a 2x2 section. Don't try to stretch clean the entire hood, especially if you're outdoors in direct sunlight, because it's not going to work out for you. The product's going to dry up and you're going to have streaks of the clay luber on the surface, and really you're just kind of wasting your money at that point. So right now you can actually see up close, once again, that those water spots are still there. But it's not to say that the clay bar process was a waste of time or money or anything like that. This just actually ensures us that the surface is properly prepped now, and now we can actually use our water spot remover gel. So you guys saw water spots are still there. Now it's time to go into our heavy duty water spot remover gel, which is actually one step below having to go to the extreme measures of polishing. And right now I'm going to show you guys how to remove the water spots with the heavy duty water spot remover gel. So what you want to do is you want to have a soft microfiber applicator, grab the water spot remover gel, and then you want to apply a couple drops. So right here, I'm actually going to start off with about, I'm going to say 5, just because, you know, once my applicator is primed, I can stretch the product even further. But before I just go ahead and do the entire hood, what I'm going to do right now is just work in a small section. And then same thing, rule of thumb, whenever you're working with products, car wash soaps, quick detailers, whatever it is, always work in straight motions. That way, if you happen to get anything caught on your applicator, your brush, your towel, anything like that, and you do that circular motion, you're gonna get swirl marks. And those are just those spider web looking things in your paint that they don't look great. and nobody ever wants them because really those are just scratches, and to remove them, you got to polish them out. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just thoroughly working the water spot remover gel on the surface. Now, whenever using this product, you always want to make sure that you're working on a clean surface, and you also want to make sure that you're working on a cool surface. So you never want to do this in direct sunlight because you want to work the gel onto the surface. You're not just slapping it on there, letting it sit, and then wiping it off. You actually want to work the gel onto the surface because this is really what's going to break down the water spots and all the calcium buildup that's on your paintwork. Now it's time to remove it. Now, pro tip, I like doing this just because you kind of do two things at once. It helps you easily remove the gel, and it also neutralizes the product. That way, if there's any remnants of the product still sitting on the surface, it's not going to damage your clear coat. Now, this product is citrus-based, so it's not actually going to damage your clear coat. But you know, if you try to apply a wax on top of it, it's probably not going to bond very well. So it's a great idea to actually neutralize the product. And all you got to do is use straight old water. Or in this case, since we already have speed wipe, you can just spray some speed wipe on there. And just use the lubrication and the water within speed wipe to neutralize the product and also help you easily remove it. That way it just makes your life a whole lot easier in terms of having to buff off the gel by itself. And just like that, just from this small little section that we've done, this thing looks great. I mean, you know, this thing, you can definitely tell that the water spots are gone in this section. We'll bring you in for a closer look. But you can definitely see that there's a lot more clarity here. The water spots are gone, and we've only done this little section here. We haven't actually stretched any further than that. So you can definitely see, especially like right here where we actually haven't done the water spot remover gel treatment, you can see there's a lot of water spots here versus as you come up towards the hood, the corner that I was working in, you can see those water spots are gone, and this thing looks as good as new. So here's the fun part. Now we get to the rest of the hood as well as the front of the vehicle. Now, luckily, it only looks like the hood and this fender were affected, so we're just gonna go ahead and prioritize our efforts to removing the water spots on the hood and the fenders, and anywhere else, maybe on the front bumper if there's any, but I didn't really see any there. So we're gonna go ahead, finish removing the rest of the water spots, and we'll be right back with you guys to show you guys the final results. All right, guys, so we just finished doing the entire hood with our heavy duty water spot remover gel. Right now, just going over it with our speed wipe, just to make sure that there's no residue of the water spot remover gel. But all in all, this thing looks incredible. We removed all the water spots, and you guys can see very clearly that the paintwork has its clarity back, it has its shine back, and those etched in water spots are completely gone, all thanks to our Chemical Guys heavy duty water spot remover gel. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a huge like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and as always, if you guys want to pick up any of the products that we use on today's video, they're all linked in the description and pinned comment down below. My name is Joey, this is Chemical Guys, we'll see you guys next time.